Guests, colleagues, students, good morning. I am Prof. K. Arboleda and I am your moderator for this morning. And to give us her welcome message, a round of virtual applause for the City of Malabon University's Vice President for Academic Affairs and Dean of the College of Business and Accountancy, Professor Melissa Grace Season Oreta.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Stephen. I think you have to. And good morning to all the students of CMU, to our deans, to my fellow vice presidents. I hope you can hear me. First of all, I want to say thank you to Mr. Stephen Tan for giving us his time. I just wanted him to know of our university also. This is a 27-year-old university. It was last year when my husband assumed presidency. That's why I'm more active here. I have known Mr. Tan way before SM Podium was open, and that's where he started. I just want the students to realize how lucky we are, and I think he was part of the growing of SM super SM malls, and especially the image. I don't know if you noticed inside the department store how much the merchandise have changed. He was a big part of that. I think him joining SM mall really brought so much changes within the organization. So I just felt he was fitting to speak to the whole College of Business and Accountancy. For the benefit of Mr. Tan, we have human resource management, financial management, accounting, management accounting, and marketing research. So I think his story, his influence, the way he influenced the organization to what it is today will be an inspiration not only for our students but also the fellow faculty members who are here. So I hope sa araw na ito, we find inspiration sa kanya because his story is really amazing. I think he changed the playbook of how to run a mall, and I sincerely believe that. We know SM as the longest running retail organization, but he changed. He's a big part of that change. So I think it will be very interesting for everybody. And muli, gusto lang magpasalamat kay Mr. Tan for giving his time. I know he's a very busy man. So, and I wish everybody here will find inspiration. So sa lahat ng ating CBA students, College of Business and Accountancy, I'm sure you will pick up. You will pick up. So again, a pleasant good morning to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Melissa. And to give us his message, let us all welcome City of Malabon University's President, the Honorable Malabon City Mayor, Antolin Lenlen A. Oreta III.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, CMU. We are very fortunate today to have Mr. Stephen Tan to be to be sharing his experiences with us. I know SM is a #1 retailer in the country, and I'm sure we will pick up a lot of things today. So, CMU, please do take notes and ask your relevant questions after his discussion, because I'm sure you will pick up a lot of things and you could ask him all these things for clarification if you want to clarify anything. But this is our opportunity. Let's not put that to waste. It's not every day we get someone like Mr. Tan as our speaker. So again, thank you for being here. First day of ECQ. It will be a learning experience for all of us. Good luck, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. So let me introduce our speaker. Our speaker for today acquired his degree of Master's in Business Administration from Paris School of Management. He began his career in hospitality management from 1990 to 1998 in Taipei, Taiwan, with the Howard Plaza Hotel. He then moved to Shanghai, China to form part of the opening team of the Barcelo Grand Hotel. He returned to the Philippines in 2001 to work as Regional Director of Marketing and Communications for Phil Barcelo, handling external affairs for the group that included Pearl Farm, Punta Fuego, and Taal Vista Hotel. He joined SM in 2004, handling mall operations for the Podium, and on January 2006, he led the launch and operations of the SM Supermall's crown jewel, SM Mall of Asia. His oversight was extended to the Premier Malls division, composed of SM Mall of Asia, SM Mega Mall, SM City North EDSA, and SM China Mall properties. On May 2013, SM Aura Premier opened an upgraded Premier Mall in the newly minted Central Business District, Bonifacio Global City. In rapid succession, he launched Mega Fashion Hall, showcasing global market entry brands, and headed the exciting new expansion of the Podium. All these developments have paved the way for SM's entry into the upscale mall positioning. He is currently the president of SM Supermalls, overseeing mall development in both Philippines and China. Ladies and gentlemen, to talk about the SM Mall success in retail management and competitive advantage, let us all give a warm welcome to Mr. Steven T. Tan.
Thank you very much for the very kind and generous introduction. Thank you, Melissa, for inviting me today. I've known Melissa for nearly 20 years already. It's gonna tell our age. We cannot divulge that, no. And thank you, Mayor Oreta. It's an honor and a privilege for me to be speaking today, no. I also want to thank you, of course, to the City of Malabon University for inviting me to speak today. It is an honor and a privilege. Today, I will be sharing with you 10 personal lessons about how to be successful. These are all lessons I've learned throughout the years I've spent working in SM Supermalls. And more importantly, these are lessons both applicable to business and to your personal life. So hindi lang business to, may personal life din, no? So let's not be too serious about it this morning also. Let's just have fun and try to reflect on how we could apply this to our lives, no? May today's session serve you well, just as they serve me personally very well. But before I jump in, allow me to share a little about my journey. My name again is Steven Tan. I actually started my career in the hospitality industry. After working in different hotels across Asia for several years, I joined SM Supermalls in 2004 as the mall manager handling the launch of the Podium. The following year, I was asked to open SM Mall of Asia, then and now the jewel of SM Supermalls. Down the line, I headed the Premier Malls. We call it Premier because of its size and its influence. No? These are SM City North EDSA, SM Mega Mall, SM Mall of Asia, SM Aura in BGC, and the Podium. Eventually, I handled the operations of all our 74 malls then in the Philippines, and I was tasked also to handle our malls in China as the chief operating officer of the company. In 2020, I was appointed as the president of SM Supermalls. I never expect this epic career journey, and it continues to be a blast every single day of my life. This epic journey has also gifted me many lessons about success. And here are my top 10. And I'm glad that I'll be sharing this with you. Number 1, to be successful, you have to put in the time. Don't be fooled by overnight success. Yes, it exists, it does, but it is extremely rare. More often than not, success takes time and effort. There are no shortcuts. I know that we have become accustomed to speed and instant gratification. After all, we live in a time wherein if you need information fast, you can just Google it on your mobile phone. Similarly, We want things ASAP, right now, fast in our work and in our life. This can lead to frustration and job hopping. My advice is to put in the time, sustained for commitment on long-term projects. For example, can bring you a deeper sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. Your bosses and colleagues will also notice your capacity for focus and resolve, and most likely, you will get that well-deserved promotion. I experienced this myself firsthand when we opened SM Mall of Asia. Hard to imagine now, but did you know that this mall was not an immediate success when it opened? Back in 2006, there was nothing in the area but field of grass. Puro kogon grass yan, lahat around Mall of Asia. There's really nothing. Its location was also far for most people. So why would the customer come? It was difficult at first, but we stuck it and kept on working on making the mall worth visiting. We invested years of time and effort to make it a success, and it paid off. Mall of Asia would not be Mall of Asia if we didn't put in the time. Let's go to number 2. Work hard and work smart. This is obvious, yet often overlooked. Hard work trumps any all talent. In fact, I fully believe in the saying that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. To be successful, you need to keep a strong work ethic. Working smart goes hand in hand with working hard. The reality is that there is not enough hours in a day to do all that you set out to do. Your energy is also not infinite, mind you. This is where working smart comes in. Stop directing your energy on unimportant tasks or projects. Instead, focus on those that will make the most impact, the greatest difference. Learning to prioritize make you more effective and help you get more things done. So prioritization yan. Okay? Finally, accept that you can't do everything yourself. You're not a Superman. So, where possible, ask for help and delegate. I live this every single day. Managing one entire mall is challenging enough as it is. Managing 76 malls and counting, and also our malls in China, even more so. So working hard while working smart makes it possible for me to do so. Let's go to number 3. Madami tayo nito. Please leave your baggage at the door. Baggage refers to anything that is immaterial, irrelevant, and unnecessary to achieve your best performance. Examples of baggage includes thoughts and feelings like, I'm too important for this menial task. How will I stand out on this group project and appear promotable? That approach didn't work before, so it won't work now. We do our best work when the heart and mind is clear. So dapat clear ang ating mind out of all these baggages. When we are not burdened by unnecessary emotions and ideas. So I encourage you all to please leave your baggage at the door because the weight will slow you down. Okay, number 4. You are only as good as your last work. Or sometimes I would rather say you are only as good as your last performance when it comes to work. As you start to achieve more, it's easy to believe your own hype and become more complacent. This is a sure pitfall. Never think that you are the best already. Never, ever. Because success is not about being excellent once or twice. It's about being consistently excellent. So always stay humble and stay hungry. A practical way to apply this in business and in life is to think per project. What was the last thing you did? Was it great? Always think that there is that is how your superiors rate your performance, whether or not you are ripe for promotion. It's the same mentality that we keep us that keep us honest at SM Supermalls. We always look at our last project and ask ourselves, what could we do better? 76 malls and counting, we still continue asking this question. After opening, imagine after opening the 76th mall, there's always learning and there's always room for improvement. So that next time you could do it better. Okay, number 5, travel and experience new cultures. I believe in saying the I must travel. The more you travel and experience the world, the better you will be serving at a fresh inspiration and new task. You're a more interesting person and a more valuable professional when you have more to bring to the table. This is especially valuable in a global world where business are looking for talent with globalized views and can merge this with local context and local settings. So as much as you can afford to, I encourage you to travel, whether to a different parts of the Philippines or to another country. Nothing opens the mind like traveling. This is why I personally make it a point to travel as much as I can to every corner of the world. Similarly, we also travel whenever possible so that we're constantly exposed to what's new and fresh in the worlds of malling and retail. Travel is one way we keep the spirit of innovation alive in SM Supermalls. Well, while traveling on a plane is more challenging these days because of the lockdowns and the pandemic, or even for budget, we can still travel in many other ways. We can travel virtually through books, magazines, vlogs, documentaries, movies, and even through food. Take advantage of this and travel as much as you can in your own way. Number 6, this is something that is very close to me, no? And for me nga this is the most important of all. Have malasakit in all that you do. Malasakit is very unique to Filipino Malasakit is actually a Filipino cultural concept that can harness, that you really can harness to be successful. Malasakit means a deep level of care and empathy. As a matter of fact, whenever I speak to my European friends, I try to explain to them malasakit, and they seem to not really they can't get it. This is something very, very Filipino for me. But you know what? It means it is a deep level of care and empathy. Yan ang malasakit. It means caring deeply about the work you've been entrusted with by your boss or by the company. And caring deeply about the welfare of the business. I always, keep it also something that I practice also every day. It's like work like a boss, but never act like one. Huwag kang mayabang. Dapat masipag ka pero huwag kang mayabang. So work like a boss, but never act like one. Okay? So where was I about okay, so when you care this deeply about something, you will give it your all. You will hustle to do whatever it takes to get things done. Every time you show malasakit, you are showing people that you can take on a bigger responsibilities, that the kind that leads to greater success. So trust in your instinct for malasakit. It is a very powerful motivator. Directly to malasakit, well, number 7 is look for win-win in everything. One of Mr. Henry C. Sr.'s belief about doing business was that both sides must win. It's a belief that continues to drive us every day. In everything we do at SM Supermalls, we try to look for a win-win situation for us and for our customers, for individuals and their colleagues, and for the business and the community that the mall is serving. When both sides win, it creates good karma and makes you more likely to attract success. Win-win for business and for the community is particularly important to us. This is why we have initiatives under SM Cares that are focused on wins for the community, like bike-friendly facilities, recycling of electronic waste, and support for MSME, which is micro, small, medium enterprise, and other community entrepreneurs. Okay, let's go to number 8. Find a mentor. Now that you're committed to the long haul, go and find your mentor. Someone who is more experienced and knowledgeable. A person who you can guide, who can guide you, train you, and point you to the right direction. A mentor is a source of wisdom, teaching, and support. Finding one is an invaluable part of your career success. I've had the fortune of having 3 great mentors who guided me throughout my career. Mr. Henry C. Sr., or as we call him, Tatang. Mrs. Tessie C. Coson, and Mr. Hans C. I have learned many different things from each of them. Lessons that I can generously apply each and every day in my work, but also in my life. So if you haven't already, find a mentor. It will make a big difference. Number 9, surround yourself with right people. Success is a team sport, and the more good people you surround yourself with, the more likely success will happen. I urge you to be deliberate with the people you choose to spend time with. Seek those who are like-minded and share the same values as you do. Those who lift you up and encourage you to be your best. Equally important, be with those who are better than you. You can't be the smartest person in the room, di ba? For continuous growth, you are better off with people who have greater skill sets and abilities, wider experience, and perhaps even more talent than you do. Learn from them and keep raising your personal bar. Well, I am fortunate to be surrounded by many good people at SM Supermalls. The job can sometimes be daunting, but together with these people, very little is impossible. So find your good people too, and surround yourself with as many of them as you can. Finally, a lesson that gets forgotten when we talk about success. Don't forget to have fun. If you're not having fun, it's going to feel like a chore. And achieving success, which is already hard enough as it is, becomes doubly hard without fun in the picture. To run a mall, you need to be in the mall. To be able to do your job well, I believe one has to work the floor, as they say. I enjoy walking the mall to watch customers firsthand. It helps that I am an avid mall goer, and the mall is the convergence point of both my professional and private lives. Even when I'm traveling, I commune with a city through its malls and always stop by one to dine and engage in some retail therapy. That's why 17 years later, the job still feels as fun and as exciting as when I started. Fun is an important ingredient in success. Don't forget to find fun in whatever things you do. So, these 10 personal lessons have served me well, both in my professional life and personal life. I hope you'll find them helpful in your own life too. I want to close with a truth about success. Every person is unique, and each of us have our own definition of success, which means that each of us will have our own unique journey to success. Always remember that every success journey is personal. No one can tell you exactly what success looks like for you or how exactly to get there. That is for you to discover, to experience, to enjoy on your terms. As you aim to have success in life, I encourage you to follow your own journey, not someone else's, because success that's uniquely your own, that's perfectly aligned to who you are as a person, is the sweetest kind of success there is. Thank you and maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stephen Tan, for that very inspiring and wonderful talk about your personal success and your relationship with SM. Uh, so, is there anybody who would like to ask our distinguished guest any question? Now is the time. This is the only opportunity we have to get to talk to the president of SM. It's not every day that he gets to talk to anybody.
Come on, we can make it fun.
I think
Kahit na ano, personal life, kahit na love life, okay lang.
there's a question here kay Miss Jazz. What does a typical day look like for you? Because we
Okay.
the chat box at Miss K.
Okay, no problem. I'm an early riser. Eh. Like for example, this morning I'm already up by 6 o'clock. Every day yan, kahit na whether it's Saturday, Sunday, I'm up by 6 a.m. No, and I work out. I walk around our village kanina. I did already around 8,000 steps. I count my steps, no, and after that, I lift some weights and do some cardio exercise and all. Uh, I in the morning I normally check all my emails and all the messages that comes in, so I know how to plan for my day. And I go to work almost every day. On Saturday and Sunday I go to the malls. Now if I'm in the country, if I'm in the Philippines, I go to the malls. But Sunday is something that's very personal for me. I see my parent, or I see my mom. No, my mom and I are very close, so I try as much as possible to see my mom every Sunday for lunch. No? But of course, right now nowadays it's a little bit difficult because of the pandemic. No? But I try to Zoom with her. She knows how to Zoom. She's 86 years old, but she knows how to Zoom. Yeah, so cute. But yeah, I towards the evening I try to really unwind by having a good meal and also meditate so that I could sleep well.
Let me read from the chat box. So one of our audience would like to ask, what if I don't see any improvement or progress about what I'm doing? Is there any advice that you could give to them?
Okay. If you're not seeing any advice, of course, no, you have to keep on trying and trying and trying. If you fail, don't think that it is the end of the world, because I don't know if you guys know about a you just have to keep on trying. You know, I've done that, and it happened also to me when we opened as a Mall of Asia in the beginning. It wasn't really that successful, as I've mentioned earlier, no. But we've tried everything. Na joke ko nga dyan is, kulang na lang tumawid ako ng alambre at gumuya ng bubog, magkatao lang, no. But eventually, it really, you will find that formula, and you really have to look through it and see what's
According
yes,
to
you'll
you,
find something that will that you will find an answer.
according to you is
Another question from the chat box is, can you give any advice for college students who aspire to be entrepreneurs?
Okay, it's okay to start small, but you have to have your unique selling proposition. You cannot just, madami dyan is, you just go with the trend. No, you cannot just skip. There was a time so ang milk tea, everybody then start selling milk tea. It's not. You need to find your unique selling proposition. What is that unique selling proposition for you? And then work on it, make it good, and then launch it as your business.
Doc Reynold Campo is raising his hand. Doc RC, do you have any question for Mr. Steven Tan?
Yes, Miss Ma'am Kay. Can you hear me, Ma'am Kay?
Yes,
Sir
I can hear you.
Steven?
Yes, I
Yes.
can hear.
Good morning, sir. One of the 10 inspirational tips on how to be successful, according to you, is to be surrounded by the right people. How about if the people surrounding you are toxic people and would always want to pin you down and eliminate you? Will it be better to stay or go out? I think, Mr. Tan, you remember me?
Dr. Ray? Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, Doc Ray. Kumusta po?
Mabuti naman, sir.
Good, good, good.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you very much, Dr.
Po,
Ray. No?
congratulations po.
Yeah, I said nga, you look very familiar to me, and I said that I've met you before. Ikaw pala yun, no? So, it's
Yes, in
nice to,
Pasay. Yes.
yeah, it's nice to see you again.
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Ray,
Yes, sir.
as I mentioned earlier, yeah, there's no room for toxic people in your life. Get rid of them, because those are baggages, as I've mentioned before. Anybody that brings you down or pulls you down, walk away from them.
Yes, thank you, sir, Steven. That's a
Thank you,
nice
Dr. Ray.
apo. Yeah.
Another
Thank you so
question,
much.
another question po from the chat box, Mr. Tan. I would like to ask, how will you know po if you're surrounded with the right people based on your experience?
Okay. Right, you have to find also the good in every people. There's always a good in every people. There is no such thing as, as long as they don't really bring you down or drag you down. Try to also find good in every people and learn from those. Like, for example, I have somebody who doesn't speak well, but he writes well, and then you just nurture that good side of that people, no. So always look into the good side of that people and learn from those. That's what it's impossible naman everybody is the best and the brightest in the, no, but what is the best and the brightest, the gauge is very difficult. It's very difficult to gauge, di ba? So look for the best in everyone, and learn from them.
Another question. This is one from our CPA professors. Regarding the malasakit word that you mentioned earlier and giving emphasis about it, how do you apply it in a customer relationship management?
Okay, customer relationship management, no? Okay, there's a lot of way to apply malasakit eh. Okay, if you see, for example, you see an elderly person coming into the into the door, no? Opening a door for an elderly, that's a form of malasakit. That's a form of caring. That's a form of, so those are the things that you can apply in the context of customer service. No, but in the company, there's a lot. I'll give another example. You go to a public toilet, you go to the bathroom, di ba? And you see the water of the faucet leaking a little, yung konting dropping, no? Turning it off tightly is a form of malasakit. It might not be to a person, but to the environment, di ba? Throwing, if you see a candy paper on the floor and picking up and putting it in the trash bin, that's a form of malasakit also. There's a lot of ways to apply the malasakit context, both in business and in personal life.
Thank you, sir. Another question from the group chat. Good morning, sir. What is the biggest risk you took in exchange of a successful business?
Okay, what is the biggest risk, no? I took, no, in exchange for
Success.
success. Okay, there was a time in my life that I was offered a job, no, uh, double the salary that I'm getting. Really, but it is a job um, that is out, not here in the Philippines, no, for an expat job, no, in, as a matter of fact, in one of the biggest retailer in the world, no. I thought about it because syempre kahit na paano doble yan, di ba? It's double it's 100% more than what you're getting. But sometimes it's not just about the money. There's a lot of things that you have to look into, and it's not just all about money, no. So I look at the company and my relationship with the company that I am with. I chose to stay with my current company, and I think it paid off. That's, of course, that's something that I feel that, a big huge opportunity for me, but I think I made the right decision.
I think we all agree that Mr. Steven Tan has made definitely the right decision. So this one question is from me. I am a trauma professor. So with the pandemic right now and the onslaught of online selling, how does SM cope?
A brand, this is actually good for all everyone listening, a brand, I believe, has to have has to be nowadays you have to be present in all media platform, meaning you have to be present online, and you also have to be present offline, no. That is what SM is doing, and that is what SM is going through right now. There's a lot of digital transformation that we are going. There's a lot of, you have to keep on evolving your brand to make it more relevant. Gone are the days that it is only brick and mortar. Now you have to be present in both brick and mortar and online. Why is brick and mortar still going to be relevant in the next 10, 20, 30, 50 years to come? It's because Filipinos are very tactile. They still wanted to touch and still wanted to feel and still wanted to see it personally. So if you can reach a brand, for me, has to be shoppable and shippable. So it has to go in all media platform, no? So you can go brick and mortar, but you also have to be present online. By the way, we also just launched our SM Malls online, no? Last year, November last year, we have launched Mega Mall as the first mall that went online, and then followed by Mall of Asia and North EDSA. No? And soon, by the end of the year, it will be across the country.
Thank you very much for that answer, sir. So another question from the chat box. Is environmental management system part of SM's program? And if do you have any program connected with environmental management?
Of course, that plays a very important role in business nowadays, no? In all business. But do you know that we have been doing recycling water? We've been recycling our water since the early 90s. Mega Mall 1991, when we opened that mall, we were already doing recycling water. We have an STP tank that recycle old used water, and then we use that for gardening, for cooling our cooling towers, and also for for toilets, the flushing the toilets and all. We use recycled water in all in all those things. No, so even before all this has become a trend, SM has already been doing. We have been doing this. No, we also do trash to cash, which means you bring your for example your old sofa or your old radio or old TV sets or even your old batteries. No, bring it to the mall every weekend of the month, every first weekend of the month, every first Saturday and Sunday, bring it to an SM mall, and we will convert that into cash. No, so we have all these programs uh, uh, being rolled out. No, as a matter of fact, we ourselves, a lot of our buildings are LEED certified. What is a LEED? That's LEED. This is a certification for green building. No, so a lot of our buildings are also LEED certified. We recycle trash. Uh, and as a matter of fact, a lot of our malls have solar panels. Um, in North EDSA, in SM City Dasmariñas, in SM City Mall of Asia, we have the rooftop of SM Mall of Asia, the whole parking building, both on parking A and building North Wing and South Wing. On top of that, those are all solar panels.
Thank you, sir. We have one question from one of our professors, Ma'am Consuni.
Hi, Sir Tan. I am Professor Kansunhi from the College of Arts and Sciences. I am teaching purposive communication po, and I always told my student that it is important to know intercultural communication, especially in a working environment. And of course, we are facing different people, and I would like po sana from you, from having this experience, how it is important to know intercultural communication in a workplace po.
Okay, intercultural communication. I think SM is one of the because it is a Chinese owned. I personally, I'm Chinese, no, Filipino Chinese, no, but we have a lot of colleagues who are also expats, no. So um, we work with a lot of, like, especially right now that I'm sure everybody knows that IKEA is opening this month. So there's a lot of Swedish people in the building right now. So you have to embrace it. You have to embrace them. You have to make them part of your business, no, and understand their culture also. Something that I always tell our people. As I mentioned earlier, di ba? Sabi ko, we travel for work. No, we normally prior to pandemic, we always create teams to go out of to go to China, to go to Bangkok, to go to the States, to learn from other parts of the world what the retail industry. And whenever I ask them to go out, I would always tell them, do not never go to a McDonald's and eat. Please try the local food. Try the go. I really would encourage them to really try different kind of cuisine because nandun ka na di ba? So why? But there are people. Believe me, there are people who would stick to their comfort zone, would go to China and would still go to Starbucks and would still eat McDonald's. No, so but what's the point, di ba? You're already exposed to this. Embrace it and make sure that you learn from others, because there's a lot of things that there's a lot of things that you can learn from them. But they also be mindful with the people. Mindfulness is also very important, no? Be mindful and be sensitive also in not making jokes about it, no? This is a very serious topic nowadays. You have to respect other cultures.
Sir, what's the best part of the job?
The best part of my job is meeting people, is to be able also to for me, personally, and this really comes from the heart, no? To see that I'm able to help others, that we are able to grow our business and to be able to provide employment in other parts of the country, no? To be able to also help other MSMEs, whether it is a small time vegetable vendors or what, no? During this pandemic, in the last year, 2020, March 2020, this is something that I would want to share with everyone because this is very close to my heart, no? And I was very touched by this story, no? So nag-lockdown tayo, di ba? So there is no uh, transportation going around. So there's a lot of displaced tricycle drivers and jeepney drivers. Walang pasada, di ba? No one is flying, di ba? But people are still ordering food. Don't forget that this Grab, Lala Food, Lala Move, they're only present actually in the national capital region. If you go to the far-flung areas or the deeper Bulacan area or deeper Calabarzon area, wala naman sila dyan. Like for example, in Baliwag, di ba? You know what the malls did? Instead of sitting there and do nothing, they talk to the tricycle drivers and the jeepney drivers to be our delivery, third party delivery. So people will call the mall and order food, order Jollibee or McDonald's, and then we'll have the tricycle drivers and the jeepney drivers to be doing all the deliveries. They earn from it. The tenant were able to sell, the tenants were able to sell, to do business, which in return gives employment. The tricycle drivers and the taxi jeepney drivers who's nakatenga lang dyan at walang magawa dahil walang pasada because they're not allowed to, were able to use their vehicle to go around and they earn. The mall didn't even get a percentage of that. No, it's kawang gawa. So I just feel that those are the things that keeps me going. It's not about the glitz and glamour of the job. It's really about helping others.
Thank you very much, sir. For our last question or comment, may I call on from the College of Engineering and Technology, Sir Elmer Pineda.
Yes, thank you very much, Miss Kay. Uh, Good morning, Mr. Steven Tan. It was really, your talk was really inspiring and it has inspired all of us, not just in this Zoom meeting, but also over the Facebook Live, right? So I have a question. This might be of interest to everybody. Can we be partners like City of Malabon University becoming a partner with SM for that matter?
Okay. We are open to discuss. Let's engineer. Let's talk about it. Partners in what ways? Is it for employment or for your graduates to have? We are open with that, and we could always discuss. I'll get our HR to be involved with this.
Yes, sir. In relation to OJT, maybe starting with OJT until employment.
Again,
Please.
we can always discuss.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for the very inspiring and motivating talk this morning. What a great way to start Monday, given the pandemic, the ECQ has started again. Diba? Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us and your wisdom. And we present to you your our token, our certificate of appreciation. Abby, can you flash so I can read? The City of Malabon University proudly presents this certificate of appreciation to Mr. Stephen T. Tan in recognition of his invaluable contribution as guest speaker with a topic on the estimable success in retail management and competitive advantage, given this 23rd of March 2021, signed by our University President, the Honorable Mayor Antolin Lenden Oreta III. Sir, thank you very much in behalf of the whole CMU community for the time that you have given us. Maraming salamat po.
The pleasure is mine. Thank you, Mayor, again for inviting me, and thank you, Melissa.
Hopefully, sir, there will be a next time and a next time and more time after this.
We'll be looking forward to it.
Thank you very much, sir. And to end the program, may I call on the University Secretary and the Vice President for Institutional Development and External Affairs, Engineer Sheila Ibay Villanueva.
Thank you, Ms. Kay. We have appreciated the engagement that you have contributed in this TED Talk. We are grateful for the powerful sharing of our speaker, Mr. Stephen Tan, President of SMO. Sir, it is an honor to be part of your audience. Thank you for reminding us of the importance of malasakit, the value of hard work, personal leadership, and success. Mula po sa bumubuo ng City of Malabon University, maraming salamat po. We also wish to thank the organizers of this event. May we all continue to inspire one another, especially in this challenging time that we are facing during pandemic. I hope all are safe and healthy. Mabuhay.
Thank you very much. That is our very wonderful morning. Thank you, Mr. Stephen Tan. The privilege is ours. Thank you, everybody, for the morning. Hope
Thank
to see you. Stay safe po. Yes, Chef Melissa.
Thank you, Steven. Thank you so much.
Anytime, my friend.
Our token is on the way.
Okay lang, Melissa. You know, I enjoyed it, and you know, I have said a lot of. I've declined actually a lot of invitation, but never when it comes to students, I would really try my best because I believe in continuity, and I believe in the future are also in the our talaga our future is with the youth, no?
Yeah, it's I'm very proud of the management team that we have. It's really our advocacy. Talagang education is the key for progress. That's the only way talaga. And
I fully believe that, Melissa.
yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, sir. Stay safe and God bless everyone.
Safe everyone.